Hello everybody, this is Wolfgang from Salzburg again. My next video about my guitars, and this time it's time for my Stratocaster. There's a little story behind this guitar. I bought this one a couple of years ago just to have a Strat. I was never a big fan of Stratocasters. I always played mostly Gibson, ES type guitars or Telecasters. So I thought, well, let's have a Stratocaster. I got a TV gig and I thought, well, I will need this sound. So I bought this one. It's a Fender Deluxe, American Standard Deluxe. So one of the higher grade Stratocasters. Ash body and a very nice maple neck, even some tiger stripes on the back, just a little. So locking mechanics, and in the beginning I was very happy with it. Also I thought the noiseless pickups are a good idea. Well, I was wrong, but in the beginning, it was my first Stratocaster, I had so much imagination how it should sound. So I thought the S1 would be comfortable, because when you play on TV you always have the problem with noise and all this stuff. So okay, so I started playing this guitar, and after a while I put it on the wall and never used it again. So again, a guitar that you buy, play for a couple of months and then put it on the wall. So normally the next step would be to sell it. So I didn't want to do this. So after a while I thought, well, let's change the pickups. And I did it with some of my other guitars too, and it was such a good investment, such an improvement. So I did it on this one too. And I bought the Lindy Fralin vintage hots, just on recommendation from watching YouTube videos and so on. And bah, fantastic pickups. I threw out all this S1 switching system and I just put normal pots in it. So be aware when you change the pickups, when you throw out the noiseless, they have 500k pots in it. So when you go back to normal real single coils, you have to change the pots too. So you have to change them to 250 kilo ohms. This is very important. And I also got rid of this 5-way switch, this super switch they put in. Just use the normal one. And I made some modification I will talk about in a second. So the vintage hots from Lindy Fralins are wonderful pickups. Highly recommend them. I showed this guitar to some Stratocaster buffs who know this guitar very well, and they were very impressed too. So the S1 to me, and the noiseless pickups, I never used the S1 switch. All the sounds I got out of this switch were, sorry, it was crap. And the noiseless pickups were totally lifeless, dead. So this is a complete different thing, and I don't know what Fender is thinking about these noiseless pickups. Maybe the new ones, the N3, are better. I had the ones before because I got the guitar in 2009. So maybe the newer ones are better. I hope they are, because the ones that I got were crap. Simple as that, it was crap. So I did a modification on this guitar, which is called Blender Strat. Because for me, as when I use this guitar, I have to play a lot of rhythm stuff. I never was such a big fan of the rhythm sound from the Strats. And I always liked the Telecaster ones much better. So the typical Tele middle position where you use both pickups. And you couldn't do this on the guitar, on the Strat. So I used this tone pot, the last pot, for this blender to blend in the pickup. And you lose one tone pot when you do this modification, but I'm totally fine with one tone pot here. And I also built in a kill switch one, so when you put it on 10, it's out of the circuit. So and on the last tone pot I use this blender function. You'll find this on the internet how you do this. It's not a complicated modification. So that means when I'm on the front pickup, I blend in the bridge pickup, or when I'm on the bridge pickup, I blend in the front pickup. And so I have this telly rhythm sound. It's not exactly the same, but it's kind of this telly rhythm sound, and this is very useful for me. So let's go through the sounds. I'm playing this guitar via my PV Delta Blues and my pedal board. So on the clear sound you have just the time, the Strymon timeline delay a little bit and a little reverb, and distortion sounds are all from the Wampler Dual Fusion. Very nice distortion pedal. So front pickup first. Next is a middle position. Middle position. The next middle pickup and bridge pickup. And bridge position. So now with the blender Strat, when I'm in the front position, I turn back the tone knob a little bit just to engage it. And I turn on the bridge pickup, I have this sound. So a little compression. Not exactly telly, but pretty close, and very useful for me. And the same is when I turn back the knob, so front pickup again, then I go back on the bridge pickup and I engage the front pickup, same sound. So no matter where you are with just the pot, you can get this telly sound. Very nice, very useful, and I think worth to check out, because you're not changing any sound of the Strat. You have your typical 5 positions. You just have to give up one tone knob. Okay, I can live with this. So next I'll distort it. Front pickup again. Sorry. Middle, first middle. middle position. And bridge position. And now, bridge and front. So next, a little bit more distortion. Start on the front pickup again. And maybe the bridge pickup. And again, bridge and front. Okay. One thing I liked about this Lindy Fralin vintage hot pickups very much is that they are so dynamic. So from the noiseless pickups to the Fralin ones, the improvement on the dynamics that are possible on this guitar, I think it tripled. It's not even doubled, it tripled. So you really can work with your right hand with your pick, and it makes a big difference. Just to show you a little bluesy distortion. Let's play it. Turn down the tone knob a little. So I think this is very dynamic. One reason why I built in this kill switch on the tone knob, I know this from my Select Telecaster, which has also this port. And when I play with a little chorus, sometimes for me the guitar becomes a little bit too muddy. And for sounds like this, I turn up the volume on 10, so it's out of the circuit. And it's a little bit more glassy, so that's the reason why I put this one in. So that's the reason for this special tone knob. Okay, so one last thing on the vibrato. I always had troubles with this one, that the vibrato was going out of tone if I used it heavily. I'm not one of the shredder guys who are doing all this fancy legato playing and playing with this. I just use it really for a little vibrato and maybe sometimes when I play too just, you know, for these little effects. But even then I had some tuning problems and so often got out of tune, which I found out, and maybe that's a solution for you. You have to try it. Is the springs, how you set up the springs, because in the beginning I had 4 springs in it, and they just were parallel. So the outer 2 and this outer 2. So the 5th one was empty. And from watching YouTube and follow some of the recommendations some people gave there, I now have 3, and I put them not parallel. I put them like this in triangle setting, and this was a big improvement. So now the vibrato is pretty stable. I can show you. So that's not too bad, because we will use it heavily, you know. It's not perfect, but pretty close, and I normally don't do this. So I think it's important how you set up the springs in the back, because this can make the big difference if this vibrato system is stable or not. Naturally, the locking mechanics are an important part. And what I also did, I bought myself some files for the saddle. I made this here a little bit larger, so it's not clamped here at the top. You can hear this sometimes when you use the vibrato a little bit, or if you just tune it, it makes this clicking noise. If you have this, change your nut, modify your nut, you know. It sounds like a string is stuck up here, and this will give you tuning problems for the rest of your life. With these changes I did on this guitar, I'm again very, very happy, because it was a big improvement. As I said, I mean, the S1 and the noiseless pickups, to me it's crap, sorry, I don't like the sound, and I would only use it if you have a steady gig where there are plenty of neon lights. So it would be the only way you can play with Stratocaster and have no noise, no hum on your guitar sound. Otherwise, normal single coils are totally fine. And I notice I play since years on a TV weekly, on TV for every week, and as I change this pickups now, no problem at all, you know. So my amp is a little bit, it's not too close to me, so it's no problem with any hum, you know. So also remember, when you use normal Stratocaster pickups, you have to change the tone and the volume knobs too, because in the S1 noiseless system there are 500K pots. They have to be 250K. Very important, because if you use the 500K from the S1 switching system, your pickups will be much too bright. It will not work, and you will not be happy with the changed pickups, no matter which one you buy. So as I got this Fender American Standard Deluxe for a good price, it was worth to invest 250 euros for the pickups, because now I have a real nice Stratocaster, and I really use this guitar now much more often, and it's much more fun to play. So I hope this helps. I hope I can give you some recommendations and some ideas. Again, the blender knob is a very nice modification for me, as I have to play a lot of rhythm stuff with this guitar. And okay, see you next time, maybe in a week. I will go now to my semi-acoustics or AS200 from the 80s, and 81 and then 86 will be the next videos of my guitars. So stay tuned. In case you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumb up, write something in the comments, and see you next time. Bye bye.